Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzlaki.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzlaki, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool! I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel, my brother, he dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself? The passing of one pathetic slave!
Have you no shame?
Careful! We have some kind of camouflage!
Aim for the weak spot!
You're mine!
Dragon form! Wind!
Quiver dragon!
Start up!
Thunder field! Raging cascade!
Try harder! My turn! You're mine! You'll pay for that!
Dance in the wind! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Shining
You're mine!
supernova!
It's over! It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Try harder! Now! You're mine!
Lightning ray! More lightning evil! Thunder blade! Freeze blade!
Eagle Rod! Now I'm in the groove!
Dance in the wind!
Now you see what I can do!
Here I come!
Sleep now!
I really owe you one.
I'll be saving you!
What's this?
You're
My focus!
Spread! Here's evil!
You're finished!
Quiver dragon!
Double demon fang!
Freeze blazer!
Dragon form!
Light astral energy!
Sword!
I'll heal you all! Tempest World! Healing Soul!
I really owe you one.
Mega Ray! Annihilate! Mega Ray!
I'm on a roll now!
I'm not done!
Chinese Supernova! I'll tear you apart!
This is looking good!
Recover! In here!
I'll finish you here and now!
I'll heal you all!
Take this!
Lightning
I'm not
attack!
done! Try harder! Now!
You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
It's over!
Sleep now. I'll be saving you. Here's the evil.
Anything in armor is all
Now
now I'm in the groove.
Raising
I'm not done!
I've let you all down.
Stay away from my friend!
Freeze Blazer! Lightning I'll bring you back from Thunder Blade! Can't heal you forever!
Take this! You're
I'll
finished!
heal you, this one's mine! Death with a doctor order! It's weakened!
You're mine! This ends now! Burn!
I can only
You're
rely on...
mine! It's over! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm! Risen Tear! Take this! You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Nothing gets by me!
I'm all stopped up! Crazy Storm! Lightning! Downfall! I'll heal you all! Healing Circle!
I owe you one!
Lightning Raging Cascade! There! One more! Heal! Mega Ray! More
You'll
than
go
enough!
again.
I'll heal you all!
Here I come!
Lock! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang! Here I come!
Lightning Orb!
You're mine!
I'll
Smash you! It's over! Double Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade!
More Zuko?
Keep calm and take them down! I'll be saving you!
Risen Tear!
I'm all stocked up! Here goes!
Here I come!
Marksman
There!
handles it!
Try harder!
That move!
Here comes the big one!
Now in the clear! Water, hear my call! Spread! Glacial Spear!
Knocked up!
Here's Eagle! Raging
Double Demon
Cascade!
Fang!
Freeze Laser! Snowfire! Here, let me
Here I
help!
come! It's over!
Laser field!
Double Demon Fang!
Fury! Burning Strike! I never miss!
Crush! An Astral Art?
That's my cue!
Dragon Swarm! Shut him down!
Here's a healing art! First aid! Into the fray!
Double Demon Fang! Try hard not!
Let me help! In here!
It's too much!
Forward! Photon Flash!
No escape! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang!
Eat this! There!
Armor won't save you!
I'm only getting started!
I'll finish you here now!
Lightning! Raging Storm! Burst Light! Whirlwind Snap!
You're mine!
Doctor!
You're finished!
And this one's mine!
Take
Hurricane!
this!
Here, let me
Dragon
help!
Swarm!
I'll finish you here and now!
Double Demon Fang! You're finished!
Raging Cascade!
Double Demon Fang! Try harder!
It's another strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Here, let me help! Air
I owe you one!
Whirlwind Snap!
I'm on a roll now!
Try harder!
Burning Strike!
Try harder!
Ready and brave!
Downfall!
No escape!
We got Stellar! Back into the fray! I'm almost impressed.
High praise coming from you.
I said almost.
carve
Don't
through
get carried
armor.
away.
No escape! Double Demon Fang! Now, while it's freely!
Take it down.
Dragon Swarm! Eat this! You're mine!
Hey,
You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art. Far enough. First aid.
I owe you one.
Each down. Hear my call.
Wind! Shut up!
I never miss. Not on my watch. Glacial Spear. Here's Eagle.
Take this! This one's all mine! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzlaki.
Attaining lordship! Ridiculous! Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzlaki, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahak-Sar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elda-Menancia. Go. To Mahak-Sar, Ganeth-Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renin. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream? What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzlaki's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renins?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renin supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans, and you're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renin lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite. I'll be relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
No!
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzlaki, do you?
No. Miguel entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
We've reached our destination.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
All done. Come and eat.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Mahog saw. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. They try to get in our way. We'll take them down and that'll be that.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me... Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Hup. Nothing's biting. Yeah! Looks like I lost it. There we go. I'll let you go this time. Ha! Reel it in.
Good fishers always keep their cool. Oh!
I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Remarkable. You're top of the food chain.
There's a nice breeze here. Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Yeah! There we go. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Nice work!
I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
Yeah! There we go. I'll let you go this time. Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Nothing's biting. Now where might those fish be? Yeah! Time to try a different spot. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good Kisara?
Oh.
Looks like we're going...
That's how fishing... Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for...
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them...
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after.
You're just in it for the...
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab... So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little down...
Good to hear. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing...
Is it just me? Or have those two barely spoken a single word to...
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
I always love this. Sound of hammers banging away. An opponent like this should be easy. Here I come! Take this! It's over!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover,
I'm ready!
right?
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
My turn!
Go get it! Here I lightning attack!
Lunarogo!
Searing blade! Reload!
Take
Now
it!
I am a monster!
You're finished!
Annihilation! Lightning!
Here I come! You're mine!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well.
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come!
Go no further!
Here I come!
Here I go! Thunderblade!
Elusive deity!
Here I go! Let the marksman
Here
handle
I
this!
come!
Annihilation! Mega ray! Annihilation!
No escape! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my
You're
shield's
most
for.
comfortable at a
Get
range,
behind
aren't you?
Got it!
And not really
Leave it
built
to
for
you.
close quarters combat.
Nor am I.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Gotta break through!
Take this! Everlasting dark!
Here I come! You're mine!
Back into the fray!
Double demon fang!
I can do this all day!
Glacial spear.
Pierce evil!
Take this! You're
Freeze
finished!
laser!
Negative J!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara! Burning strike! Into the shadow!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Thanks! Severing Wind!
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Here I
Still,
come!
it's a part of you.
It's over!
Embrace it.
Can you take it?
Dead!
Double demon
Into the
fang!
shadow! In here!
Wind!
Elusive
Now!
deity!
Blow them away!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Hoo-hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
What's this thing?
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies!
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move in to attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I... So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all...
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and...
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
On your knees. Here I come! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for you truly.
Take this! I'm ready!
Here I
Here,
come!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done.
We are the champ! I'm not done!
Dance in the wind!
Lunarongo!
I'm ready!
Now, this ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here I
Resonate
go.
with the earth!
I'm only getting started.
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
My exploits are bearing fruit. All right. There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! Here I come!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Take this! Double Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this!
You're mine!
Resonate with the earth!
Devastation!
On your
Soda!
no further!
Take this! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang! Severing Wind! Luna Rongo! Take this!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction.
My turn!
There's still more to go!
Escape! Double Demon
How
Fang!
they do! Can't get out of this!
Spirit Flame! Lightning Orb!
Does it hurt?
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet and...
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact...
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this.
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renin doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave.
What was Kelzlaki even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renins are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones...
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their...
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting. Still, we can't just blame...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing.
This one will be difficult to predict.
We're getting started. I'm not so good with airborne targets.
You got fire!
I'm ducking. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours! It's over!
Raging cascade! Here's a vanguard coming through! First
You're
aid!
mine! You're finished! This one's all mine!
Let's go! Flame of steering, buddy! Like astral energy to the wind! Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't keep your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well
You're
done!
mine! You're mine! You can't get out of this!
Steering
You're
now!
mine!
Hear me!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Place here.
Do it!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not. Here I come.
Thunder Healing!
Dragon
Raging
Form.
Cascade!
Double Demon Fang.
Here!
I thought you were going to wreck the place.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Hurricane Thrust.
Raging Cascade! In here! Water!
Here I
Hear
come.
my call!
It's over. This. Dragon Swarm.
Glacial
In a
Spear.
bind.
Here's evil! Raging Storm!
Double Demon
One
Fang.
at a time! Do it!
Take it. Take this.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can...
Out of our way!
Now I can release you.
Raging Storm! Do the arc!
Sword Rain
Go
Alpha.
do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Okay, here I go.
That's my cue!
Shut him down. You're mine. It's over. Sword Rain Alpha. Here.
Searing tempest, and that's my will!
You're mine.
Tornado!
You're mine. You're finished.
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Do it! Doubling!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Brace yourself. This one's tough. You're finished. Okay, here I go. You. Elusive deity. Gate. Dragon Swarm. Resonate with the Double Demon Fang. Sword Rain Alpha.
On your knees.
I never miss!
Severing Wing. I'll take you all on.
Too.
You'll soon see about that! I'm out of ammo! Now! Back into the front! Astral Energy!
Say no more. Got it.
Well done!
Take this. It's over. Hurricane Thrust. Tear.
Here's evil!
Resonate with the earth.
On your knees. You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against a worthy opponent.
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you?
Really though! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Wow! Look what I just found.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Fires of passion! Porcelain Spear!
Thanks.
Anything in order is all mine!
Take this.
Here goes!
Take this.
Here, let me help! Portal! Raging Cascade! Here
I have no limits. Take this.
Sleep now!
Dragon Swarm.
Let's get you off that
Megasonic Thrust. Sword Rain Alpha.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and pummeling to me. On your knees. No escape.
I never miss!
I'll thank you!
Take this! You're finished!
Sleep
You're mine! You're finished! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! It's over! Double demon bang!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Megasonic drop!
Leave the chargers to me!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Why too human?
To stop you dying?
Double demon bang! You're mine!
Take this!
You're mine! You're finished! Here! Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed
You're
roll.
finished!
getting
It's on! Dragon Swarm!
I need to be stronger.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around... here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Now, mind if you do?
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Elusive deity.
I never miss! Now! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
It's over! Showtime! Here! On your knees! Sword Rain Alpha! Here I come!
I'll think
Sword Rain Alpha!
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over.
Do they not tell each other thank you in death?
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
I think I'm getting stronger.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's that big tower over there?
I hate camping out.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
I can't eat.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as Lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
Further! Damn it! Double demon fang! Not today!
Airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Hurricane thrust! Hurricane thrust! Unleashing gale!
Dion, astral energy, full throttle!
Onward! My turn! It's over! Hurricane thrust!
Seems about right to me.
Come one, come all!
Fires of passion, fires display!
Hurricane thrust! Dragon swarm! Take this! It's over!
Lightning descent! I never miss!
Got fire!
Unstoppable! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours! Lunar
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here!
Do it!
Ring left! Light burst forth!
Radiant citizen! You don't mess around!
Here I come!
Certainly not.
Hurricane thrust!
Searing
gale!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
It's over! On your knees! Sword Rain Alpha!
Your helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Sword Rain Alpha! Demon Fang!
This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do... You have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Out of our way!
Here I come! Begin! Dragon! Shattering the pieces! A new melody! It's over! Hurricane Thrust! Blind free!
What if they just sit still?
Feel
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Excited! You're
Here I
mine!
come!
Prepare to be sealed. Actually,
Turn the tables on!
Let's talk, there are still more left!
Right. Enemy, no time to hold back!
You'll soon see about that!
It's over! Tear! Take this! Dragon Swarm! Severing Wind!
Can you take it?
Severing Wind! Hurricane Swarm, all mine!
can you take it?
You're mine!
Can't get out of this!
It's over!
This one's mine!
Enough done! Dragon Swarm!
Elusive Geon!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Hurricane Thrust! Lunar Rondo! You're finished! You picked the wrong fight!
I'll thank you.
Start up! Tear! You're finished!
Do it!
Station!
Lost! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Beyond killing!
Now
Did you just heal me?
Yeah, I need you, remember? You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you?
And not really built for close quarters combat.
So I still had room to grow. Discourteous, aren't you?
Enough done!
Hey, now see if you don't get in trouble again.
Elusive Wind! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Searing Gale! Dragon Swarm!
Negative gate!
That's my cue.
Dragon Swarm!
One's mine!
Shut him down!
Now you see what I can do!
You're finished!
Reload!
Begin!
You're mine!
Shining
You're finished!
Raging Cascade.
Double Demon Fang!
Do it now!
Neon, Astral Energy, full throttle.
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
It's over! Now I can let loose!
Resonate with the
You're mine!
Stalagmite!
You're finished! Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Everlasting dark!
Enough done!
Negative gate! Resonate with laser
Here
spear!
I come!
No further!
Not on my watch.
Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang!
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against the worthy opponent.
So those are Dan and Astral.
Save you!
Something you want to say?
Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
Lightning converge! Thunderbolt!
This one's mine!
Now!
You're mine!
Blow them away!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
You're finished!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Double Demon Fang! Ruin!
Sleep
You're
now.
finished!
Healing circle!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Ultimate Inferno! Meister!
Can you take it?
Stealing Gale! Dragon Swarm! Not
Tornado
drive!
Here I come! Do it!
Doubling! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Here I go!
Finally time to...
Eon! Astral Energy! Full throttle! Go! With this, I can become even stronger.
Hurricane Storm! Begin! Cover your face!
This one's mine!
Here I come! It's over!
Here! Now!
Hey! Blow them away!
There!
Now! Enough! It's on!
Wind Astral Energy!
Double Demon Fang!
Do it! Jocelyn!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Here I come! It's
Certainly
over!
not.
I'll smash you!
Negative Genesis!
Dragon Swarm!
Raging Cascade!
Double Demon Fang!
Here to the wind! Air Freeze Laser! This one's mine!
You're mine!
Now!
Precision, precision, timing. All a perfect 10.
That's it? Nothing else?
You take meticulous care of your fire.
I need to be strong.
Guess I misread.
Go no further!
No escape! I'll take you all on! Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind! Here! This will come in handy!
Resonate with the earth!
Raging Cascade!
On hit! Double Demon Fang! Sword shattering the...
Dance in the wind! Swords really are as strong as they're said to be.
Actually, that would be formal.
Potatoes, potatoes! So that's how a lord fights.
I don't perform as well when I'm observed.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that.
Do it, Rain Alpha!
I've used too much.
You're mine! Now I can let loose! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
Can't get out of
Do
this!
it!
Trigger!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! I can feel my power growing!
We finally made it. I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now. I'm
exhausted.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
I always loved the sound of hammers banging away.
forgive you!
Damn it!
Glacial Spear! Don't mind if I do!
You're mine! You're finished!
Where are you going?
Here I'm going! Freeze!
What could they do?
See ya!
Now!
Can you take care of that?
No.
Hey! Blow them away! Now! Here I come! Double Demon Fang!
Leave now.
Sword Rain Alpha! Elusive Deity! Take this! Pile Driver! Not today! You're mine! It's over! Elusive Deity! Stardust! The enemy will
Do
fight
it!
too!
We'll soon see about that!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice. No scratches on my sheet. Shield or my armor.
I'll take you all off!
Fire's a passion!
Take this! It's over!
Hear my call!
You're mine! Hurricane Thrust! Reeling Negative Gate! Resonate with the earth!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
On your knees!
Freeze here! Where are you going?
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
Xeon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Not a chance! You're finished!
In here!
Tear!
Get on!
Elusive I can carve through rotating pile
Not on my watch!
It's over!
Annihilation!
Take this! It's over! Take this! Win!
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Get lost!
You're mine!
Stay calm.
It's over!
I shall provide assistance.
You're mine! Here I come! It's time! Double You got fired!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
An astral arm?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Dragon Swarm!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? That's not to give me any ideas.
Stardust! Hurricane Thrust!
I never miss!
Thrust!
Do it! So that's
Light Burst 4!
Radiant Genesis!
Well. Then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
No choice! Resonate with the earth!
Glacial Spear!
Can you take it? Come one, come all! Rising Wyvern! Resonate with the Dragon Swarm!
It's in the sky!
This one's mine! Finish it!
Alvin! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Lightning Thrust!
In here! Healing circle! Never let the sun pile!
Now, Tornado Drive!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Where are you going?
Be still! I'll face you!
Water! Hear my voice!
We're dead!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Go
content.
get it!
My exploits are bearing fruit. Coming through! Resonate with the earth!
Here I come!
Don't mind if I do!
On your knees! Double Demon Fang! I'll smash you! Dragon Swarm!
Now! Flame of astral energy! Full throttle!
Now! You're mine! Tear!
Water! Here's evil!
Ignite!
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
No place here!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shot!
Well done!
A new melody!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine! One more!
You're finished!
Thunderblast! With this, I can become even stronger!
Still thinking about how to act or...
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I... For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do, too?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it, though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong?
Not exactly.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Take this!
I'll heal you with lightning orb!
It's over!
Lightning
Dragon
Swarm!
Dragon Swarm!
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Annihilate him!
This is looking good!
Lightning containment circle!
Thank you! Death shall not be forgotten.
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right.
Containing pile driver.
Now, try harder! My turn! Severing wind!
There! Got you!
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic thrust! Here I come! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! You're mine!
Raging Canopy!
I'm not done!
Searing Flame! Reload! Shield!
Elusive Deity! Here I come! It's over! Double distance! You're mine!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
wretch like you.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion.
Yeah,
But his sword went near...
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know...
Look, I appreciate...
There was also that strange light that it seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it.
A light? I don't know.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his...
I suppose we've almost reached Nias, the capital of Maha.